All right, all right.
All right.
Good evening,
Good
how
evening. How you guys doing?
you guys are
You guys
doing?
are doing well.
It
It
is
is Friday.
Friday. Have another special guest here tonight. For those of you who doesn't know who I am yet, because I'm still working my way into this whole industry, right? So my name is Ishmael. I'm the owner of Notary Notary Services here in Massachusetts. I've been in business since 2017. I've done seeing a lot of growth. I've done experience a lot of success. And at the same time, you can't experience success without failure, but it's all a matter of growing through your pain, learning, educating yourself, and, getting the opportunity to network with others. But tonight, as I always say, it's not about me. I have a special guest, very special guest here. I know this young man here for quite some time. It's been a pleasure seeing how he done grow throughout the years. And I usually bring somebody that's within the notary industry, but tonight, this guest here is not in the notary industry. If you guys been following his page, but what he provides is extremely important to anybody that's in business. So his expertise, his background information, I feel like I needed to bring someone that can complement on a different aspect of owning a business, being a business owner, and the right way to go about being a business owner. So without further ado, I'm bringing in Mr. Ken Stevens Jr. out of from Boynton Beach. All right. Hey Ken,
Hey, I got it.
okay, perfect.
We good?
Yeah, we good
All
both
right,
on
bet.
IG.
All right, peace, family. Ken Stevens Jr., founder of the Black Agenda here, where we help you turn your ideas into a profitable and structured business family. So thank you for having me, Ishmael. It is a great pleasure to be on here and speaking with you, man. And I just want to say, it's awesome to see your growth as well. And how you've been progressing in business and things. So it's definitely a pleasure to be here.
Well, man, I appreciate that, man. Like I said, folks, like I've known Ken for a while, man. It's like a brother to me. And especially you don't get that many opportunities to see somebody that you grew up around, being from the same hometown. We went to school together. You don't really see that much success stories because right people after high school and college, everybody go their own separate way. Some either are in jail, some are out doing drugs, or somebody or worse, dead. But to be able to see a growth from the beginning to what it is now and just know like the potential of what is yet to come, like it is absolutely amazing, man. I couldn't look when I reached out to you and you was like, yeah, man, I'm down. I was like, man, this is game. This is this right here means something. This right here, this is one for the books. So we just gonna if you don't mind taking some time out, just kind of go about your background, as far as like how you guys started, pretty much a quick story based on your journey.
Oh, the journey. It's been a journey, goddamn it. So it ain't just. I don't know if this could be quick, y'all. Y'all rocking with us. Let me get some ones in the chat. If y'all rocking with us, you here for the story. We're gonna get this game. I know you want to get the background, but let me know y'all here because I
Oh
see
yeah.
a peace. Paul was happening. Let me know y'all here. Give me some numbers in the chat. Give me some light. Give me some hearts. Something. I need to see. All right, there we go. All right, there we go. We got something.
Here
All
we
right,
go.
all right, all right. Let's ride. All right, so all right, like I said, I'm Ken Stevens Jr., founder of the Black Agenda, where we help you turn your ideas into a profitable and structured business family. So I'll just start with the Black Agenda and then kind of go backwards. So the Black Agenda, to give you the feel of that family, is starting out. This thing was started literally in the middle of the pandemic. So
Mhm.
one thing that happened, all right, that I seen was the fact that do I got it in here? I do got it in here. I'm gonna grab it in a second. But the
Nice.
one thing that happened was during the beginning of the pandemic was that the George Floyd saga was going on. You know what I'm saying? And he was basically murdered by the police. Like, let's just put it
Yeah.
out there for what it is, right? And with that, I saw a lot of people that were wearing shirts that says "I can't breathe." And that was like really perplexing to me because I was just like, what the hell? Like, why would you wear a shirt that says I can't breathe? Like, I was just like really like what the hell is this we got going
Yeah.
on? Like, this is kind of backwards. You know what I'm saying? You're basically putting a spell on yourself and celebrating death, in my opinion.
Yep.
So with that, I created a t-shirt that says we will breathe. You know what I'm saying? And then creating that shirt, it kind of started a movement of the Black agenda. And we sold a bunch of shirts. We made a lot of money and whatnot. But what I came to realize was the fact that I was going into this vicious cycle that we already have going on when it comes to starting our businesses. And
Mhm.
the one thing, what it was is we have enough goddamn symbolism out here, y'all. Like, we don't need any more symbolism as a people, especially Black people. I'm talking to y'all, goddamn. We don't need no more symbolism. All right. T-shirts is cool, all that stuff, but we
Yep.
don't need no more symbolism. Like, they had the civil rights. We need the civil rights, goddamn it. Like,
Mhm.
it really be about the money if we really go move and shake shit out here. So that's when I shifted over to doing more business. And that's when a Black agenda was formed, because I seen that there was a need for us to be in alignment with business, because that's one of the ways to wealth. And that's where we weren't educated at. We weren't educated in reading, and we weren't educated in business. Those was the sciences that was kept from us as a people. So in starting, the Black agenda, that's what we look to do. And that's part of our mission, is to create a more proactive society through business development and financial empowerment. So that's how the Black agenda got started. But
Yep.
I've been doing business since I was 12, probably, unofficially. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's a little bit about the Black agenda and how things got started.
Man, yeah, man. I remember it. Like I was trying to, right when we was backstage, I was telling you about, how good of a quality that your shirts were, because, I actually have a shirt from Ken, with the Black agenda, and I got one for, me and my wife. And another thing that we got from Ken, and I still use it till today. I'm not sure if you still have this, Ken, to take and learn flashcards.
Oh dang!
Look, I still use this till today because those of you that know that we homeschool, so this right here is part of my homeschool curriculum as far as knowing these, the flashcard about wealth, real estate, just the banking in general. I'm not sure if you're still selling them. Look, if you guys need this, look, I guarantee you that's going to shift things, for your kid, and it makes learning fun. I appreciate that. Look, I think it's been 2 years since I got this from you.
Yeah, man, it's been 2 years since we had that. We about to come out with actually a second version. If you can y'all see it? But it's back here on my thing right there. Yeah, I don't know if y'all can see that, but that's the second one right there, way up there.
All
Actually,
right.
yeah, we're
Yep, I
gonna have
can't wait. Can't wait. And as soon as that launch too, guess what? I'm getting
to.
it.
Facts. We
So,
appreciate it.
oh man, anytime, man. Look, so there's based on today's society, right? Everybody always seeing the end result. It's like no one ever witnessed the grind, the struggle, even everything that you had to go through. Because for those of you who doesn't know, Ken used to play football. Like I know he doesn't seem like one of those 6'5", 350-pound guys, but Ken Ken used to play ball. Ken played football in high school, and he went to college and played football. And I feel like he could have made the pros. That's just my opinion. But so how do you go from? Because we all know we grew up, in Florida. Football is like the main thing,
Right.
and you establish yourself on the football field. You establish yourself in the classroom. But how did you shift from, okay, I wanted to play ball, now I'm becoming switching from a football player mindset to a business mindset, and then just seeing how your growth just took off. Like what pretty much started that? Because a lot of people in Florida, everybody want to go to the league, and
Right.
once they don't make it to the league, it's a huge setback for them. But even though you didn't make it to the league, man, every time I watch you, I feel like you are in the league because you're doing something positive.
Hey,
So
that's
if you want to
facts.
talk about that,
I appreciate that, bro. That's good right there. I'm gonna have to use that one. But man, what happened was when I was in college, so I signed first contract with Bethel University to play football there. And after 2 years, one of the head coach had left, and I just feel like I wasn't a good fit for that team anymore. So that was one of the things for me right there. And I decided to leave, and I transferred to FAU, where I walked on and got on the team there. So, and being there, I was around some top tier talent, like guys who are in an NFL, like literally right now. And it was like really cool to be around them. And I was able to keep up with them and everything. But what
Yep.
I realized was that I didn't want to have the NFL as my job. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it is. And I realized that I wouldn't want that to be my employer, especially after we did the pro day. So I was already set in my mind before it was all said and done that, like, hey, this is not something that's gonna happen, and it's something that I don't want to happen. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really
Yeah.
care. So it started early on for me. I was just like, nah, I want to get into more business impact in the community and do things like that. That was one of the biggest things that kept me away from it. Like it was a job, you know what I'm saying, being in
Yeah.
the league. And then I saw how the owners and the different scouts, how they operated when we were doing the pro day. And it was just like, I wasn't really vibing with them. And it was just like, nah, because what a lot of people see as the league, they only think about the monetary value of the thing. And when it comes to working with somebody or for somebody, a
Yeah.
lot of the times I think about is you have to think about the spiritual aspects of things and the morality of things that goes into it. Like, are you in alignment with these people that you're going to be working with or working for?
Mm.
And we've been kind of programmed to like kill that side of things and just look at the dollar sign that's attached to whatever
Yeah.
project job that it is. And I vow not to be one of those persons. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, I went the route that I did and, kind of, tapered off. And I was just like, nah, this is not something that I want to do. A lot of my friends have, aspirations and things, but, I didn't want that to be the means as to how I make my living. You know what I'm saying? Or it being the first thing I got into.
I got you. I got you. Makes sense. And that right there must have been a huge decision for you to make. And just not knowing, you want to try something that's different. Like I said, those of you who, if you're not from Florida, you're not from the South, you don't know how serious it is to play
Whew.
ball. like,
Facts.
as soon as you're a baby, they'll hand you a ball, a basketball, a football, anything. So you had to make that mind, like that transition over. So while you was making that transition, was there any doubts? Like, did you get to a point where you was questioning yourself, like you just really taking some time and looking into the situation?
I mean, the only time that happened was after graduation, really, for a little bit, because what happened during that time period is that I had got my bachelor's degree in psychology. That was my first degree, and outside of my general studies, AA degree at Bethel.
Yeah.
But I got the psychology degree, but I couldn't find a job. So what happened was I started working on houses in the hood. It was these like Section 8 houses, homes, like literally doing patchwork, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And doing odd jobs. So in doing that, it was this one day, it was this apartment, it was 103. Like, I'll never forget it.
103, huh?
103, 103. It was right on 10th. And that apartment, we moved a bed when we was there, and it had this piece of wood and it broke and it let out this smell, bro. I literally threw up.
Oh
And
man.
on our lunch break that day, I was like, nah, bro, I gotta go back to school. Like, I was like, this ain't it. This is not it. I went back up to the school. Literally, I got the picture somewhere, but I had on saw shades, a dusty hat. I got paint on me, and went to the graduate
Oh
college and told
man.
them, like, I want to go back to school. You know what I'm saying? Because this ain't it. Obviously, a bachelor's degree wasn't enough, so I went and applied to get into the master program, and I did. And they paid for 80% of it and gave me a job on top of that.
Oh, you can't beat that.
Exactly. That's why I tell people that's why I got it. It basically paid for. I couldn't, you know what I'm saying, turn that down. Because I know a lot of times people give college like a bad rap, but
Yeah.
shoot, if somebody gonna pay for something that's gonna push you forward and you get to learn, you basically getting paid to learn. Like,
Yep.
I'm gonna do it.
Exactly. Exactly. Nah, man. Look, that is amazing. It's like that 103. Look, the fact that you remember the apartment number, that means something, because at that moment something clicked and there was something that you were destined to be. Like, there was a greater purpose. And at times that's all people need. It's like it's be the simplest thing that just triggers, it causes you to reevaluate everything within an instant. And I'm kind of glad that you went through that. And because we all go through our own trials and we all go through our own issues. And it's like the mindset. Your mindset is extremely important, and that's something I always try to talk about. Or if I meet someone that's going through something, once you change your mindset and you change the perspective on how you see things, then you'll be able to manifest so much within your life. So so I know the Black agenda, everything that you represent. How important is mindset to you?
I mean, mindset is extremely important, bro. It's like I know I do talk about a lot of business, but 90% of what I do is dealing with mindset. Like
Mhm.
90% of that is dealing with mindset because the one thing that I started to discover when I got into business is the simple fact that us as a people, especially Black people, we don't have a problem making money.
No.
Like that's really not the issue. It's the mindset and how we go about it, the organization and the structure. So that was one of the biggest things for me to see because I was just like, okay, um, you know, this is what happens to us. So I'm like, how do we improve this? And it's simply changing the way we think. That's the
Yep.
biggest portion because a lot of the times we hold on to what we were taught as children, young adults, and we carry that over into adulthood. And it plagues everything that we're trying to do because we're holding on to those age-old beliefs that our family indoctrinated us with, or even the
Yep.
school might have indoctrinated you with. So when it comes to mindset, I totally had to have a reset, have a twist on it, and then started to pay to get my mindset right. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not something that I knew I couldn't do on my own, or I would already did it.
Okay.
And some people they tend to forget about that. So I always talk about going to therapy and different things like that. That helped me a lot, going to therapy because when you go there, you actually be able to offload things that are in your head, and people are giving you tactics and strategy to actually get over whatever you're going through.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because they the professionals. So mindset is like huge, and that's something that I guard with my life. Like my name, my mindset, and my money. Hey, them three right there.
That's it.
You trying to get into that? We got an issue.
Right, that's it. That's it. Now it makes sense. And the fact that there's one thing that you mentioned here, you say you went to therapy, and we all know how the Black community feels about therapy. It's like it's something that's been, you know, I'm starting to see a shift. Like I'm not gonna lie, the past few years,
Yeah.
a lot more people are starting to become more aware of mental health issues, and they are starting to address it. But I know growing up, that's not something that that was taken seriously within the community. But just now seeing how everything is changes, and that that means a lot. I feel like we are heading towards the right direction. And mindset, the mindset is big. I'm also big into mindset. And I just feel like at times people, it's like they allow the external factors to
Yeah.
have such a big a big effect on them. If you literally stop worrying about what people think about you, you stop worrying about what's going on in the world, and literally take the time out to focus on yourself and focus on your goal, and truly understand what it is that you want, what you want to manifest. Because a lot of stuff that we are experiencing within our reality, we are manifesting it, whether it's good or bad. So if you can find a way to balance it or find a way to shift towards more of a positive mindset, and I guarantee you that you'll be able to manifest exactly what it is that you want. But it takes time. It's not something that happened overnight. And people think that, okay, if I listen to ET, if I listen to these guys, I'm just gonna I'm just gonna have a positive mindset. Look, that's a good start. Like, don't get me wrong. I listen to ET. I'm up at 3:30 in the morning every day. So I listen to ET, but it still requires you to put in the work. It still requires you to go out there and just do what it is that you have to do. Like, no, that's how I feel about mindset. You know what I mean? But let me see if anybody, looks like somebody say, hey Ish, who's Barry Bonds?
They from Boy. She from Boy.
Yeah, she definitely got to be for born if she's saying hey Ish, man. So I feel like I'm back home, even though it's been a while since I've been home. Yeah, because every time I hear somebody say, "Hey, Ish," I'm like, man, I feel like I'm back home, man.
That's funny.
Well, yeah. So now, so about business, right?
Hmm.
So as you know, like I started business maybe a few years ago. I do like as far as the real estate thing that I was telling you about. We were wholesaling real estate, and now I am doing like notary. So I'm into the notary fingerprinting business, and there's a lot of things that people does not. For some reason, everybody want to start a business, but they don't want to learn on how to start a business. Everybody want to call themselves the CEO, post it on Facebook,
Woo!
post it on Instagram, but don't know a damn thing about business fundamental. So this is where you come in. If you don't mind just speaking on it as far as what is required when you are starting a business, and whether you're a new notary, whether you're a seasoned notary, whatever business that you are in, it's important to understand these facts regarding the proper way of starting your business.
Man, you just said a mouthful right there. You talking about these, and I believe one of the biggest things, right, is not that people don't want to learn business, is people don't want to pay to learn. That's the
Mm,
biggest issue. That's the
jeez.
biggest issue. People don't want to pay to learn business. That's the biggest thing because they feel like information should be free. And that's a lot of the times what I run into. Sometimes not so much now. When I first started, that was one of the bigger issues. But when it comes to business, the first thing I tell people is that you have to understand that you've been doing business your whole entire life.
Mhm.
You've been a salesperson your entire life. You've been doing business your entire life. You've been a negotiator. You've been the CEO your whole life. If you are a being, you have a mind that you can think of your own. You've been in business, goddamn it. When
Yep.
you open your eyes, that's when the lights come on. How do you keep your lights on? Putting the right foods in your body, reading the right things, exercising. These are all, things that you put towards your body to make sure the lights come on. So
Yep.
just take that same mindset and put it into business. That's what I
Mm,
tell people when you're getting started. So when you are getting started with business, you have to have yourself first. You have to know you first, because if you can't help yourself, you can't help nobody goddamn else.
yep.
Nobody. I don't care who you is, who you think you is, how big and bad you think you is. If you ain't good, you can't help nobody. And if you
Yep.
do try to help somebody, you're probably gonna mess it up. And that's what most people end up doing, because they try to do a rush job, or they try to just, gather people money and not give real impact. You know what I'm
That's true.
saying? And we seen a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are out here as well. They don't know how to do business because they haven't learned. So when it comes to business, the first thing that I tell people is you have to understand what you want to do. All right. If you are working a job and let's say you like your job, right?
Yep.
How can you get off that 9 to 5? One thing that you could do, all right, whatever you're doing at the job, transition it to be in your business if you like it.
Yep.
Like, people, I don't understand this. Like, you've been working somewhere 5, 10, 15, 20 years, and you ain't the boss yet. You ain't even a manager. You telling
Yep.
me all the information that you couldn't convert that into a course, some type of, service-based business where you can help other people do what you've been doing for 20 years. You damn near could run that company if you've been working there that long.
Yep.
So it's time for you to do your own thing. That's what I tell people. So that's the first thing. But if you don't like your job, now you have to go look within at what you were doing that was free. That's what I tell people. Whatever you done for free, you helping people, it felt good. Look at that, see if there's a need in the market for it.
Hmm.
Hey, put a price tag on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Once you start making money off of what you love to do,
Yep.
that's when things change.
Ooh, jeez.
But I'm telling you, like, a lot of people think like it's really hard to make money. It's not. It's more about the energy that you put behind what you want to do. When you're doing something that you love, you got a lot of goddamn energy.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you could take it there. You be like, yeah, I'm ready. You excited, but people aren't doing things that excite them, right? So you got to get that down. Now, the next part on the other side of that I have to say as well as a disclaimer is the fact that you want to be doing something that's absolutely needed in the market too.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to be one of these fly by night type of businesses or anything like that, or somebody that's like, you know, I'm gonna just say a one-hit wonder. Like it's more one-hit wonders in business than it is in the music industry and the entertainment industry. I promise you that. So that I'll just put that out there, y'all. So don't be one of those people. And then another thing is 20% of small businesses close down in the first year, and it's due to poor planning. You have to be able to have a business blueprint together for your business, because what happens is people start a business because they are creative. How many of y'all are creative? You could give me a one in the chat. How many of y'all consider yourselves a person that's pretty creative, crafty? Like, you're a creative person. That's one of the biggest things, especially if you Black. Like, we really creative. We damn near created everything. You know what I'm saying? So we by nature are very creative beings.
Yeah.
But what happens is we kind of get things twisted up. All right. Just because we're creative, we tend to think that we're committed to a business or a business process.
Yeah.
But really, it's the other way around that you have to be able to do it. You have to actually get committed to the process, get committed to the business, and then get into your creative bag. Because the creativeness is already done. It's always the commitment that we have to come back to. So you got to do all the stuff that's boring, all the stuff people tell you to skip over, all the stuff that everybody ain't doing. Because typically, and you could probably attest to this too, bro. 9 times out of 10, when everybody else is doing one thing, which way should you go?
We going the opposite way.
The opposite way. And this is what I tell people when it comes to planning your goddamn business. You know what I'm saying? So nobody should know your business better than you. And the way you could get around that, all right, I'm gonna give y'all some quick tips. And it's something that we implement in our business ready blueprint with the Black Agenda. All right. So the first thing that we always look at is, what is the identity of your business? You have to be able to identify what is your business. All right. What are you standing on? What is the mission? All right. You need to absolutely know that, because one thing I tell people all the time, and I have my book right here, you need to have a mission statement for your life before you have a mission statement for your damn business. All right. So when you get a mission statement for your business, all right, you are able to better articulate what you are doing. All right. Enough people, they can't articulate what their business is about and what they're doing. And that's one of the biggest issues that people are having. And I'll just give you an example to kind of make this thing. It's gonna be a bit extreme, but I know how I got to talk to our people.
Oh yeah, no, man. Look, man, you're good, man.
So, if you ladies, I'm gonna use the ladies. Ladies, you
Don't
you
get
go
hurt
with
now.
something,
Don't get hurt
nah. Ladies, let's say you get blown up, you get pregnant, all right? You get pregnant, right? And you go to the doctor and you getting checked out or whatever, and then you ask the doctor, okay, what kind of doctor are you? What exactly do you do? X, Y, and Z. And the doctor go to go to tripping over his words, can't really speak, can't really say much about what kind of doctor he is and what he doing. What? That's a damn red flag, right?
Yeah, it is. Better be.
Right. Because this person's supposed to be a what? They're supposed to be an expert at what they're doing, or at least at the very minimum, know their business.
Yep.
Now we bring it back to us and other people that are starting business. People are starting businesses and they don't even know their damn business. There is no blueprint. There is no outline. So when people come to you, you making up shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you just hoping they buy so you could practice on them. And that's what a lot of people be doing out here. And it's very sickening. You know what I'm saying? So the identity is the biggest part that you have to get down first for your business, so that you can make sure, all right, we got something here. We can articulate it. This absolutely is in alignment with what I do and what I want to be doing, all right, in the business. And we got that part. So that's the first component right there. Yeah. Now, number 2, this part is it's a lot of the legwork, all right? You have to research and understand what is the problem in your market. If you do not know the problem that is in your market, you are going to fail. And if y'all got a pen and pad, I want y'all to write this down.
Start writing.
Yeah, start writing this down. I want y'all to write this down. It's going to stick with you for a long ass time, like it stick with me. The people that solve the most problems make the most money. Period.
Wow. Say that again. Wow.
The people that solve the most problems make the most money.
Uh-huh.
Now, let me add context to that because I don't want to leave y'all hanging. Now, when I talk about the people that solve the most problems, make the most money, I ain't saying you're supposed to be doing notary, you're supposed to be doing Airbnb, Turo, real estate, all this. You take one thing, all right, one industry, whatever you are in, and I like to tell people you go deep, not wide, all right? Because once you go deep into something and you be a goddamn nerd about it, you're
Yep.
gonna solve a lot of problems in that industry, and it's all under one roof. And that's how you get your multiple streams of income. So you have to absolutely laser in on a problem that you're going to be solving and solve one problem. Get really, really good at it. Because when you're solving that one problem, you know what's going to happen? You're going to start to notice all the other problems that you can solve within that problem.
Yep.
Now, on the second part of that, that'll talk about the third part, really, now that we got the identity and we got the problem out the way, you
Yep.
have to know your solutions. What are your solutions and your real offerings? People don't have real goddamn solutions out for what they're doing. Like they're not offering a real solution yet. Like I gave the example of t-shirts. T-shirts are cool, but what the hell is that solving?
Yep.
It's not really solving nothing. It's just apparel, and that's perfectly fine. You know what I'm saying? But when you're solving a real problem and you have a real solution and it's formulated and you have an outline, boom, boom, boom. This is what I'm good at. This is what I'm great at. You could absolutely serve people effectively. And when you serve
Yes.
people effectively, it's going to spread like wildfire. So that's the third quadrant that you got to know. And yes, vertical integration. That is good. That's what
That's
I talk
key.
about that a lot. That's very, very key in business. The big example I give on that is Chick-fil-A. They're one of the best I've seen do it. They went from having the chicken sandwich, the Polynesian sauce, and what's the Chick-fil-A sauce, and now they bottled that thing up, and you
Yep.
get it at you can get it at Publix, when Dixie, they get that
Walmart.
sauce. Walmart, they just spread it out. And that's how you solve a lot of problems in many different ways. And it's with the same exact product. It's just packaged different. And that's what a lot of people got to do. You have to know your solutions, all right, and expand on those solutions. And then the last part that I'll give y'all is the four. This is like the fourth part of our quadrant. All right, is what is your target audience? All right, target audience is super, super important. It is very, 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 very important.
Yep.
I literally got asked that question today when I was meeting up with somebody. They was like, what marketer, like industry, you know, who you serve, your ideal client? And when I named that thing to the T, bruh, them people eyes lit up. Because I don't just do business online, I do business offline too.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So when it was like, who? It was like he was like, you really know who you going at? I said, I know exactly who I'm going after. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
important.
And then the lady who was there in front of me, she was like, well, that sounds like me. Like, I need your help. Like, look, who Instagram she following? Me. Who she gonna become a client of? Mine.
Yep.
Based off of me being able to articulate that and explain that to them. All right. She finna pay for my mortgage for this month. I bet you. I'm telling you. So you gotta know these things. I know they seem minute, but these are literally the things that lead to you getting paid. All right. But people skip over this stuff all the time because they see it as minute, it's not essential, and it absolutely is essential,
It is.
because
It's
the
key.
more you know about your business, the easier it is for people to understand you, what you got going on, and how you can absolutely help them.
No, you're right. You're right. Because I feel like that's one of the stuff that people they tend to overlook when they're starting a business, because everybody just want to come in and just make the money, like
Mm-hmm.
but the fundamentals of what your business is, just like you were saying, identifying what your business model is going to be, who you're serving, and solving a problem. And that's key. Like people feel like, I'm gonna start a business, make some money, and that's it. But if you are not if you're not constantly educating yourself on your business, on your industry,
Come
and
on.
also networking, because one thing you realize is when they say that your network is your net worth, like it is absolutely true, because I've been into a situation like I was telling Ken. I've been into a situation where just being at the right place at the right time provided me with an opportunity. The other day, I got an email from this new company that's going to be starting in mass. they got my information from from another person for fingerprinting. So now this new company is going to be starting, and they wanted me to go fingerprint like the CEO and everybody else like that. So now, guess what? When I get there, if I do what I need to do, guess who they're gonna call to get all the employees fingerprinting done? They're gonna reach back out to me. So that's the plan as far as knowing what you're doing and identify who you're serving. You have a question. They say, where can they get information on your products?
Yeah, I just had typed it from the Black Agenda business page. But as far as products, we offer services, so we don't offer products. All right, or we have digital products. We have one which is like our mini course and workbook. If you
Yep.
click the link in my bio, you could get that. But as far as like getting higher level help, if you DM me plan, we have a conversation and then see if it fit, and then we get on a free 20-minute Zoom call, to talk about what you got going on, what's the goals of your business and things like that. Because when it comes to dealing with service-based things, this goes back to what I talked about. You have to really be cognizant and have a true discernment when you are working in the service-based business,
Yep.
especially when you're a coach or consultant, and things like that, because there are energy vampires out here.
Mhm.
There are people doing some funny moves, and then you want to be able to absolutely weed out these people and then make sure they are a good fit with you. Because what happens a lot of the time for people is they just see the dollar sign, but they don't look at the energy. All right, you got to
Yes.
focus on the energy more than the dollar. All right,
Yep.
because money is energy at the end of the day.
Yes,
But you
it
need
is.
to absolutely know I could work with this person. I ain't gonna feel like I want to kill my goddamn self when I work with them, and we could flow. All right, and they have a true understanding of what they want to do, and we're just the guide that can absolutely take them there. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
that's just one thing, as far as us. But yes, you click the link in my bio. You say you do fingerprinting. Okay, cool. Yeah, just send me a DM. Is say plan, PLAN, all
Yep.
caps. And then we'll get back to you. In the DM, you can shoot it to my personal page, Ken at Ken Stevens Jr. Stevens with the PH, and then we'll chop it up.
Nice, nice. Yeah, and money is energy. Absolutely. And I always tell people, I used to tell people, like, once you learn how to control that energy, then you'll be able to manifest anything that you want. Because a lot of, like I say, don't get so caught up on making money, but you have to know what purpose you are serving. Because like if I go to your business and I feel like you just want my money and you don't give a damn about what I'm saying, or trying to educate me on your product. Like if I walk into a store and you're like, buy, 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 I'm like, what the hell am I buying?
Come
Like
on.
what the hell am I like? What's the pros and cons of this product versus this one? If you don't know the ins and outs of your business, then you will not last. It's like I think people need to spend more time educating themselves when they want to start a business. We're not saying not to start a business, but we are saying you have to do it properly, and doing it properly requires you to educate yourself, invest in yourself. And people feel like if they have to pay for a course, oh, why should I pay him? Where I can go do it you know what? You can do it yourself. That's fine. But any business owner, I know I've invested in myself as a business owner,
That's
because
huge.
there are some stuff that you may be good at, I'm not. So it's always understanding, knowing your strength and knowing your weaknesses. Why spend 20, let's say 3 days, like 3 to 5 days learning something, and you're still gonna have a headache when you try to implement it,
Come
versus
on.
reaching out to the next person that's they feel that's what they are an expert in. Like people feel like, what, if I reach out to him, that's when I'm giving money to his business. Versus if I learn, if I learn everything myself, I can keep it. No, you try learning everything yourself, you're gonna burn out, and that's facts.
Nah, that's big
Like
facts, man.
stop
That's
trying to
huge.
compete all the time.
Facts, bro. And you said something very great. You talk about investing in yourself and in the business. That is something that's going to be very essential to you starting your business. Now, I'm not saying you're going to need $1 million to start no business, or
Mhm.
you need $1 trillion, whatever. All right. But what you really have to key in on and understand is the simple fact that what you put in, you get out.
Yep.
If you do not put nothing in, you will not get nothing out.
Absolutely.
I didn't really start making the money that I'm making now, us hitting, between that 8, all right, and 10 grand a month consistently, all right, until I started investing more in myself in the business. And you know how that happened? After I put in about 35 grand in coaching and things like that, you know what happened to my brain? We got to go get that back.
Yep.
We got to go get that back, man, kid. You got all the head knowledge now. How you going to implement this? You know what I'm saying? Like, so that was the biggest part. Now, on the other side of things of that, you have to understand that you can't be out here charging some goddamn body which you ain't never invested. That's what his goddamn imposter syndrome come from in business, because a lot of people out here are charging premium prices for something that they never invested in. They got themselves, and then wonder why when something happens. I don't feel like I'm supposed to be here. No, it's you. You didn't invest. That's why you feel like an imposter. All right, you're kind of willy-nillying your way through business. That's why you feel like that. You don't have a professional or a mentor or a guide on your team that can absolutely help you. All right, because one thing you got to understand at the end of the day, business is a team sport. Business is a team sport. It's not something you do alone. I don't care who you is. It's somebody who gonna answer them text messages. Somebody who got to answer that phone. Who gonna answer them emails? Who gonna do fulfillment for you? That's a team.
Yep.
And a lot of people like to skip over that because they think they could do everything by themselves. And if you do think you could do everything by yourself, you ain't thinking big enough. Yep. I promise you.
That's true. Hey, look, man. Look, I think it's just once again, I hope you guys notice how this just went 360 on you guys. It goes back to mindset. First thing we started talking about is having the right mindset and how you can implement that within your business, man. Because look, I've tried it, so I can speak from experience. I've tried to do everything my damn self. Didn't work. It didn't work. At some point, you have to delegate some tasks. You have to reach out to people. Like for example, my marketing partner, right?
Right.
At first, I was doing this invites myself, and then he reached out to me. This is how we collaborate. He reached out to me. He was like, "Hey, let me make one for you." I'm like, "Yeah, sure." Within maybe 10 minutes or less, he sent me something. I'm like, "Yo, how you do this?" So he was like, "Look, that's what I do." And meanwhile, if I try to do it at least 20, 25 minutes, because I'm trying to figure things out, and he can do it in less than 5 minutes. So from then, I'm like, "Look, man, we're going to make this work." Because that's your strength and that's not my strength.
Facts.
So let's collaborate. Let's find a way that we can work together and grow each other's businesses. And the issue is a lot of people, they do not want to work together. Then they get mad, when big company come into town and kick them out. You don't want you don't want to hold the community together. And so don't get mad when somebody else come through and kick you out. And I'm not sure, like I want to see people start to collaborate more, especially, us, all generation, and the next generation to come. But why do you think that folks in 2022 still don't want to collaborate? Like why do you think that?
Well, when it comes to collaboration, I'll say this before I get into my spiel. A lot of people have been burnt in real life. You know what I'm saying? Like outside of business, in relationships, before they even doing business, friendships, and they carry over this trauma into business. This is why a lot I talk about is the fundamentals and the foundation of business. And you have to recreate this, because if you start your business foundation with the same mindset that you had before you started business, you will fail. Because anytime somebody say, "Oh, you can't do this. Oh, this ain't that. This ain't this," you're gonna fall because you're still in that old mindset. They're gonna say you gotta recreate the foundation for yourself first and foremost. So a lot of that I feel like comes from trauma that they had in life, from friendships, family. They did them wrong, backstabbed them, whatever. But when it comes to them being into business, a lot of people have been burned, they've been scammed, whatever it may be. But I think one of the biggest things is it's just some type of fear there. You know what I'm saying? And then the other part of that with the fear, which is fine if you're new, it's supposed to happen, right?
Yep.
But on the other side of that, I feel like too many people, they are looking for their next employee or a person to collab with. You shouldn't really be looking for it. You know what I'm saying? You should be able doing your work and it finds you.
Mm.
When you on your purpose, on your mission, you find the right people that fit in the right places for your business and who you could collab with.
Yep.
When you're investing, you get into different groups. You find different people that you could work with and collab with. All
Exactly.
these people that's on this live that got notaries, I know y'all in some type of group or something because they all got notary behind their name. Like, this is collaboration. That is how you get to it.
Yeah.
That's how, and a lot of people aren't doing that. They're not following that type of formula to where, hey, I know me, I'm getting into Facebook group where there's coaches and consultants. I'm getting into groups that talk about mindset, business, LLC formation, all these things, because that's community. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those are the people that are on the same page, the same type of time. I don't have to question it because we already have a commonality of being in this particular group.
Exactly.
So that's what makes it easier for collaboration, but a lot of people aren't doing that, and that's why I believe they find it so hard to collaborate with others. Because another thing is, a lot of people think that their family and friends supposed to support them. Those will be the last people that support y'all. I'm here to tell y'all, they is gonna fail your ass every goddamn time. All right, they're not gonna support your wife, your son, your daughter, your dad. Auntie, they ain't gonna support you. None of them. Get over it. All right, you got to get over that because they are not your clientele. All right, or they're not in the same mindset as you. So you have to get over that, and you have to go outside of that to find the people that absolutely help you and that you can team up with.
Yeah, I feel like that's one thing that, you know, that's one thing that hurts somebody that's looking to start a business, where they feel like, you know what, if I started here, people in the community going to support me, I'm gonna make some money. And but then then you get going, you're like, yo man, I just start this here. They're like, all right, cool. You got any discounts? It's like, yo, I just opened business. What are you talking about if I got any discount? But yeah, man, having the right support system around you is key, man. Like I've been fortunate, like and my wife now, she is, she's very supportive and everything. Like, just like, I tell people this whole notary business thing, that was never my idea. She did the research and she came
Right.
home and was like, hey, look into this. There's a lot of stuff that I'm getting into now where, she's the mastermind behind it, but this is how we work, because she can like deep dive into research and she'll bring it to me, she'll present it, she'll like, all right, now do your part, or vice versa. If there's something I'm good at, I'll do it and give it to her. Okay, now you do your part. And that is extremely important. And I hope you guys understand that, having the right support system is key. Unfortunately, your friend, the people you grew up with, they may not support you. Just face it. That's the facts. That's the fact.
Yeah.
Don't get hurt about it. They're not your client. Move on. As simple as that.
Yeah, nah, for real, man. And I'm gonna tell you how many people back here, they done DM me. We done got on Zoom calls, and then these people literally get on, oh yeah, I'm gonna do XYZ. You don't hear from them again. They on Facebook. Oh, I'm so proud of you. Oh, I want to work with. Like, listen, I know you ain't for me. You don't understand what's going on because it's hard. The one thing you'll learn is if you just starting out, it's hard to work with people in business who don't know business. When a person knows business, you know they know business. It's a different mindset. The conversations are very different. And when you have conversation with these people, 9 times out of 10, you're not even talking about business because it's all really be about mindset. We ain't talking about money. We talking about what we did to get where we at, the things that we kind of going through. Most of that stuff don't even be about business. That's how you know you're dealing with somebody with business, unless you asking them specific questions about strategy and different things like that. That's when they really get into it. So
right.
that's something that holds, you know what I'm saying? You got to be on the lookout for it when you are, getting into it, and just be careful. You know what I'm saying? Like, do what you do. build your alliances,
Exactly.
but just have discernment and be very cognizant of who you'll be dealing with.
Absolutely. Now it's like, the $1 million question, right? I'm starting a
Mhm.
business, Ken. I want to start a business. I feel like I know what I'm doing. I've done some research. Now I'm just ready to just go out, put my mark into my community, and open a business. What's next? Like, what's the proper way? Because a lot of people, like right now, let's say, I'm confused. People are telling me to do a DBA. People are telling me to do an S corp. People are telling me to do an LLC. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, Ken. So, like, how can I go about this the right way? Somebody wanted to open a business.
Well, first and foremost, what I believe in, and I know I might rustle some feathers with this, but I really don't be caring. Um, First and foremost, you need to know that there's a proof of concept before you go out here and spending money on the LLC and all of this. You need to make sure you can make goddamn money first with this business. If you got a wait list or you already got customers, clients that you've been dealing with, get that money first. Make sure this is profitable, then go pay for that stuff. All right, because a lot of people out here, they go get the LLC, they go get this stuff, and they don't even like what the hell they doing. It was a whole waste of money. Make sure you absolutely like what you're doing, make some money, and then be like, all right, I'm rocking with this. Let's make this thing official.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a side hustle until you really commit to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's what I tell people you got to do first. And I know a lot of people be like, oh, I don't really know, how I'm gonna get the money, this and that. Listen, it's a side hustle. Get paid on the table, cash apps. Do your little thing. I ain't saying
Yeah.
that's the right way, but get it how you get it. You know what I'm saying? To get things started and see the fruits of your labor. All right, because
Yes.
that's the biggest part. Once you start to see results and you're getting people results, that gives you the confidence to go deeper into whatever you want to do and starting a business. Now, after that, yes, go properly, get everything lined up. You know what I'm saying? Because if there's no proof of concept, what we really doing? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you needed to have been making money off of this already and know that you can before you go out here and spend a bunch of money on getting the business formed and all of those things. So that's always something that I do tell people, because a lot of the times people just think it takes so much money or they need some type of funding. And the one thing that I always have to remind people is that, listen, if you're talking about getting funding from a bank, you know who my bank is? It's the Bank of America. And I ain't talking about BOA, the real bank. I'm talking about the people. All right. The people is the bank. All
Yep.
right. The only way you could grow a business is through people. The only way you could grow yourself is through people. Your entire life you've been doing this. It applies to business as well. All right. So you need to get that established first. And then I would say once you made some money, you see there's a proof of concept and you
Yep.
get people results. Hey, get that thing established. You know what I'm saying? And I would say, starting off, definitely get an LLC. Now with LLCs, they're all different. You know what I'm saying? I like to explain that LLC is like a car, a base car model.
Yep.
And then you could attach all these different modifications and different things to the car, to get it however you want it to be. Now, depending on what you want to do in business, that's going to be dependent upon the structure. S corp, C corp, you want a nonprofit, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
So those are all factors that go into, getting a business started. But I always say first, when you starting off, make sure you can make some money off this stuff. All right, first and foremost.
Yeah, absolutely. You are right about that, man. Because I've heard plenty of stories where folks went out, get all the gears, get LLC set up, spending thousands and thousands of dollars, and then once,
Trademark.
yeah, everything, everything. Look, I've been in business 5 years now. I am now just trying to think about trademark and stuff like that because I wanted to make sure that
Same.
what we are doing here it's long lasting than what we want to do and how we plan on expanding. We want to make sure that we are still able to provide top quality service and that everything happened over time. So here's what I tell them. When I first started, I didn't even have an LLC. I went down to the city clerk office. I got a certificate to do business in town, and I was just running as a DBA. And then I got my LLC a couple years later. After I see that, guess what? I can make money off of this, because I don't want to go get an LLC and then I have to close it out. So once we realized, what, there's money to be made, then we started branching out as far as we started offering different services, fingerprinting services, loan signing, field inspection, and all type of stuff. That's what's going to happen as your business starting to grow. But find out before you spend all that money. Find out if people even need your services.
Facts.
Because you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised, man.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing, and that's why I tell people, having the business ready blueprint, that's all part of that before you get started. I would rather we look at if this is something that you could do, you spend money on that before you go out here and spend more money on having to recorrect everything, because that's how it goes with me. A lot of people, they don't come to me until their pain is too great. They done messed up, they done did all this stuff, then they want to come back to the basics. And I get it so many times. People like, I wish I would have started with you, because it's just everything is so much clear. Like, I see, and I'm just like, I know, trust me. But this is not the sexy thing. This is not the make 6 figures and da 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 da. People be online, but this is the foundation of how you gonna start, especially when you're starting out by yourself. A lot of these people who talk about the 6 figure, they got a team most of the time already. They got people behind them. They have an influence. So it's a lot easier for them. And they probably already had a business mindset or have been doing business by themselves years before. So they're ahead of the game. But for somebody that's just getting started, you absolutely need it.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. And man, so now, now that we got things established and stuff, I know in the beginning that you mentioned what really triggers you to go into business, right? But people need to understand that when you are a business owner, there's gonna be those months where you're not making money. There's gonna be that, you like if you jump off and start making money right away, if you do everything properly, yes. But understand that if you go through a couple months where there's no profit coming in, don't just quit, because a lot of people, they quit too early. You know what I mean? So just because things get a little difficult, let's say you wanted to make $5,000 this month, because you've been making 3 to 4 the past few months, and then this month you're thinking, okay, I'm gonna make $5,000, and then you just make $500.
That's
so
funny.
How you respond to that is absolutely that's key, because that's when I've seen people just quit. You're like, yo, this is not working. This is not working. There's no need for me to. But if they had just kept going, just go through the pain, go to the obstacles, and just take the time to study yourself and your business. And I feel like that's what's going to help the business grow, like for the long term.
Yeah. Nah, that's good that you said that, because what a lot of people don't understand is the simple fact that you have to ask yourself this question. All right. And this is what I talk about, in my book back here. It ain't for sale. It's on one of my websites, but I ain't selling it. But I'm just saying,
See,
one thing I have in there is the first question you need to ask yourself before you start a business. Am I doing this for legacy, or am I doing this for hype?
Oh, damn.
Am I doing this for legacy, or am I doing it for hype? Now, that takes you to have a mirror on your goddamn self and look at yourself. What am I really doing this for? Because there's a lot of people out here that are looking for quick come ups. They doing stock, they doing NFTs, they whatever it is they do. They looking for quick come ups. A lot of these people. You know what I'm saying? But when you doing something and it's for sustainability and legacy, you approach it with a different type of energy.
Yes.
A very different type of energy. If you have a bad month, so much. What did I do wrong to make this happen? Not that nobody not messing with my business. Not that nobody don't want to buy from me. What did I do wrong? Where did I go wrong? What is the data saying to me?
Accountability.
Right. And a lot of people aren't mentally there yet. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they quit. They bog out, because it's just like, oh, this ain't working. Oh, on to the next thing. And it's a lot of instant gratification going on when it comes to and there is no room for that in business, because if you do have that instant gratification mindset, and you feel like somebody owe you something and you're supposed to be making money, or people supposed to be giving you their money because of who you are or whatever it may be, you in for a long haul. It's gonna be long. You better be stronger than what you is, because that ain't how this works. When you are messing with people and their money that they worked hard for, it shouldn't be easy for you to get it. You got people out here working 16-hour days. You think they about to just come up off it that easy? Hell no.
Yeah.
They want to know what's your real value, what you really have going on, and can you deliver on what you're saying? And
Yeah.
a lot of people haven't really got to that point in business, and they probably don't get to that point. And that's why, they end up leaving their business or stop doing business, because they haven't had that deep introspection and haven't really put a blueprint out or an outline that will absolutely answer that question and help them get to where they want to go.
Oh man, that is yeah. Miss Shannon here on YouTube saying dissect the numbers, and he'll tell you where you can make your business better. Always need to know your numbers. Always, not just when it's good, even when it's at the when it's like when you're looking at negative, you need to know your numbers. Why are you seeing a negative? That is important. So Ken, it looks like you read a lot, man. Like what are some books that had like greatest impact on your
Hold on right quick.
success?
Give me one.
Let me see if anybody on IG has any question. Guys, if you have question on IG on YouTube, please put them in the comment. Also, I think we're on Facebook. Let me see what we got. But man, look, I told you guys that tonight guest was not going to be anyone that's in the notary industry, but it is needed. Just being business owner, it takes a lot. It takes a lot, but in order for you to leverage everything, you have to be willing to educate yourself, and that education starts with your mind, your mindset. Having the right mindset will take you places.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Yeah, but yeah, definitely that's something that's important. Like, you got to be able to do that. And one of the biggest things I tell people about is you gotta look at what is the outflow. That's what we talk about. What is the outflow? Like, how much are you putting out that will help you get to where you want to go in business? Because a lot of times people just think that these clients or people are going to land in their lap, and that's not how this works. You got to be putting stuff out there. You got to be meeting people, and you got to be having conversations so that they could absolutely come your way. And that's one of the biggest problems. And that's something that you need to be tracking. All right, how many DMs are you, having a day? And I'm not talking about spamming people DMs either. Like, oh, buy my stuff. No, not that. I'm talking about just conversations.
Yep.
All right, and you building relationships with people. All right, because a lot of people just think they're gonna go in for the kill. And I'll tell you this: I done had people that we DM'd back in like last year. They'll be like telling me they've been watching me for 2 years, but just this year they wanted to, work with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we built the relationship over those 2 years, and that's perfectly fine. Everybody ain't gonna be ready, but a lot of people are watching you. That's the biggest part. They're watching you to see how consistent you will be,
Yep.
and are you delivering on what you say you do?
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then I'll tell you this as well. A lot of people who watching you, who gonna be your customers, clients, they not sharing and they not liking or commenting on your stuff.
Not at all.
So people, I be like, where did you come from? It's like, oh, I've been watching. I was like, I don't remember this name.
Yep.
Like, what's your Instagram? I was like, what?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just here to tell you, don't get tripped up by the likes, the follower count, or none of that. Because there's people out here with hundreds of thousands of followers and they can't make no damn money.
Man, look, I know millionaires that when I look at their social media, like people that I've interacted with, I met at real estate meetups, like guys bringing, they're like $1 million companies. They have less than 1,000 like followers.
Yep.
But you will, if you just go and based off how many followers someone has, like, look, please don't do that. Please don't do that, because I've been in the room. The last time I was in Florida, where I told you that I had to go to that meeting in Palm Beach Lakes to meet up with that real estate investor. The guy was making right now. He's making over $100K a month, and his followers on Instagram, I think he's maybe at close to 1,000 now. But if you see him, like, you will not know this guy is making over $100,000 a month. Stop going based off people's following, because that's not it. Looks like we have a question on YouTube from Q. What is the best way to take a multi-talented individual and move them as a team?
Oh, that's yeah. I got you on that one. I had to do it. The biggest thing when it comes to that, having people on your team is you have to put people where they are great at and where they're good at. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't try to stick nobody where you want them at. Stick them where they need to be at and where they thrive at. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be a very hard sale to put somebody in a position that they don't necessarily want to do. That's one of the biggest issues when it comes to building out a team, and moving as a team. A lot of people are in positions they don't want to be in. So working with you or whoever it may be, it starts to feel like that job they always hated. Because why, why they got me doing something they know I don't want to do and they know I'm not good at.
Yeah,
Nobody don't want to have to relearn the whole, wheelhouse of things. You know what I'm saying? One of the biggest things, you have to be able to recruit the right people into your business, and they'll come to you as well. Like, and you have to know these people talent and if they fit. The person who assists me, Deb. I wonder if Deb is she in here? Debbie,
shout out to
baby,
Deb.
Debbie. Hey, hey,
Shout out to
baby.
Deb. Where
Debbie,
you
she
at,
in
Deb?
here. Yeah, because yeah, Deb, she started out with me. She was doing a little bit of everything, but then we had to start to laser in a little bit on like, what do you feel like you could, kind of fit at best? You know what I'm saying? And then once we figured out that flow, it became a lot easier for us to get the systems down that we wanted, the things that work best for her as far as running the systems and managing it. So it's like you got to really do that for people. And the one thing I tell people is whatever process that you have going on, you need to have that documented. So if you're a person that's doing everything right now, you
Yeah,
need to have that documented. So when somebody comes in, you could show them the process and they could probably improve that process and see where they see themselves fitting in it. And then once you do that, you give a person a say so and you give them power into a system that you already created. That's when a person gonna want to be on your team because they already see like you don't have this like kind of selfish mindset about things,
mhm,
or it's my way or the highway. Like
yeah,
it's just an easy entry and you're willing to work with them.
absolutely. Yep. I think that's pretty much it. It's just like when you guys go to work. They give you the training manual, and you find ways
Hey,
to
bro, I say
implement.
that all day,
It's
bro.
the same way. It's the same way because I guarantee you, not everybody do the stuff like the work training manual. You don't do it word for word. You know you don't. I know I don't. I know I did. You find what works for you, and find what works for someone else, and then just merge as a team. So I always ask this, right? So which book has had the greatest impact on your success? Because I know you read a lot of books, so you just
Yeah.
like me.
The one that has the greatest impact, I would say, um, it was the Four Agreements because that was the first book like I read during the pandemic.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the Four Agreements that helped me out a lot because it was a mindset thing, you know what I'm saying? And then it kind of unraveled a lot of things that I thought to be true, you know what I'm saying, about myself, about the people around me, and those different things. So it was like it really unlocked me. You know what I'm saying? I cried when I read that book. You know what I'm saying? And when after I read it and I realized, how I look at my life, how I look at the people around me, that's when I turned up on everything else. And then I read other great books after that. But that's the one
Wow.
that I suggested, if you are a person that's struggling like mentally and you trying to understand your footing in business and understand yourself, the people around you, the Four Agreements is where I would start at because it just makes you deep dive into yourself first before you do anything else. So I
Wow.
always recommend
Amazing.
that book.
Yeah, I'm on. I just added to the Amazon cart, man, because I'm, I'm always buying books. I'm always buying books. Yeah, that is key. Like it's because a lot what people once people realize that the what you're looking for is already within you, and that you have the capabilities of manifesting your greatest desire, then that's when you're going to start making the right decision. That's when you're going to start investing in yourself. That's when you're going to start taking time to figure out who you are. Because once you figure out who you are, what your strengths and weaknesses are, then you know what you can provide to the world. And I feel like, everything, whether it's in business, personal life, everything comes back to mindset. And this is why we stress it. And, just because everyone has a different upbringing, but we can have whatever we want, we can have it. You know,
Facts.
we just have to stop making the excuses. Before you make an excuse, right? Ask yourself, what have I done? If you cannot answer that and you just want to make an excuse, that's a problem. You need to take a look in the mirror. You have to be honest
Facts.
with yourself. You know, just like you guys like to, just like you guys are spending all this time watching. You know, I don't know. I don't even know what TV show is popular right now with celebrities going crazy. Like I don't even watch that. But the same energy you're putting into these gossips with your celebrities, put that same energy in yourself, and everything else you do will flourish. You know,
Facts. Big facts.
it is amazing. And one of my go-to books, you guys probably heard it a lot. It's Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Man, that's one of my go-to. I love it. Every now and then I try to read it at least once a year. And you know, it just goes into mindset, goes into, you know, not letting yourself drift, staying focused on the goal, and you know, just have that clear mind. But man, Ken, it's been amazing, man. Like I am just want to say, you know, I'm proud of you, man. Like everything that you've
Appreciate it.
accomplished the past few years, and I can only like I don't know, man. I don't even want to put a limit on it because I can see you going beyond. Like I don't know, man. Like I don't know if you plan on getting into politics. I should run for mayor. Oh, and here's another thing, guy. He's very active within the community, right? Because last time when I was there, you was feeding the homeless.
Yeah. We ain't been able to do that in a while, but because we've run into issues. That's the funny part about that.
Uh,
Like you try to feed the homeless, but like the police bother you and stuff. Like it's
right.
crazy, but I get it. Once they broke it down to me, I was like, okay. So it's like I gotta find different ways to try to, help the people. And so yeah, and we have the KSJ Scholarship Fund where we give back to the community as well. So
Okay.
a lot of the money we do make in the business, it does go back into the community. So it don't always just be with the business, you know what I'm saying? Because I believe I'm a giving person. So when you get more money, like I tell people, when you get more money, it just shows you more of who you are.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's all it really does. Like if you're a giving person, once you get more money, you're gonna give more. If you're a person that don't like to give, like you're stingy with your money, you just gonna get stingier when you get more money.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just that type of thing with me. So that's what we do a lot of things in the community, try to help out where we can and when we can.
Okay. Got you. Is there a way for people to donate to that scholarship?
Nah, I mean, if you want to do business with us, that's about it. I'm just playing, but nah, we do have a way to donate. They could just shoot a DM to me. Just shoot a DM to me if they want to donate to it, and I can send them over the link. Because we do have a website to it. It's the KSJ Scholarship Fund. So if you go there, well, KSJ Scholarship, KSJ Scholarship, I think .org. I can't remember it off the top of my
Got
head.
you.
Yeah, but if they DM me, I'll shoot it to them. If they want to donate to the cause as far as what we got going on, we give back to high school seniors in the Palm Beach County area, helping them go to college, or if they want to start a business. So
Yeah.
that's how we do it, because everybody ain't gonna go to college, and everybody ain't meant for college.
Yeah, no, you're right, and that's what they everybody have to just understand that. You know, once you can understand that, you'll be good. You will be good, my man. Look, kid, it's been. Let me see. Anybody else have any questions before we wrap it up? Let me see.
I appreciate you too, Q.
Yeah, Q. Q is the man. Q is the. That's what I was talking about. You know, I know what my strength and weakness was, and I just let him handle it.
I got you.
You know, that's what it is. So yeah, so I think if you can bring back these flashcards, I think
Yeah,
that would be key, man. A lot, like
yeah.
I said, till this day I still use them. But I think my son, he's doing maybe 20 of them this week
Oh
because
wow.
you always gotta refresh them. And if you bring them back, man, please let me know because I'll definitely be buying it.
I got you, man. We got our next set. I'm working to collab with some pretty big names out here on this second set. So we could have this thing like take off how I see it taking off, because I feel like that's gonna be that's close. That's close. I love business, but educating the youth is very, very close to my heart.
Yes.
Because I was an educator for 5 years in the Palm Beach County school system. So education, like that's my gift. So with having those cards, that's literally me pouring my brain, my gift, blood, sweat, and tears into it to make sure our youth, we could uplift them, because they literally are the future. And I just got tired of people always saying that, like, oh, our family ain't teach us financial literacy, they ain't teach
Yeah.
us about business, this and that. I'm like, well, here we go. I'm gonna solve the problem. I'm gonna create a game around it that children could have fun, and parents, and
Yeah.
and you create, with the new cards, you create your family dynamic within it too.
Oh,
So your
nice.
family pillars and stuff like that. So it's a whole different feel to this second set of cards that we have coming out, that's going to, kind of take off. And this thing will evolve to like the masses, like, because my ultimate goal is to open a learning center. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Where we could teach them business and financial literacy. So that's what I'm doing. All of it, everything with the Black Agenda, that's what it's going towards. One day we open in that learning center, and I'm getting closer and closer to it. It may not
Nice.
be my own just yet, but I'm collabing with a lot of people that got things in place where I could actually, have this dream and this vision come true
Yep.
sooner than I ever thought it would. So yeah.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. So I'm not sure. Did you say like the first one, or they discontinued? Do you still have them if somebody wanted to buy
Nah,
them?
nah, those are discontinued.
Oh man.
Those
Sorry
things are
guys.
cooked.
Look,
Yeah,
look, I was trying to I was trying to get you guys on, but sorry, no longer have them. So I guess
yeah,
just
yeah.
wait for the next one. Just wait for the next one.
This is the new box right here. This is the new one.
Ooh, I can't wait
Yeah,
for that, boy.
yeah. This is the new one of the Black Agenda. Yeah,
Nice,
we
nice.
got the Black Agenda on it. All right, and yeah, the company we working with, Assets Before Splurging, they one of the people that's part of it. But we building it out. You know, getting everything underway. We got some big names. What's up, Queen? We got some things involved in there. You know what I'm saying, as far as pushing things forward. But yeah, that's where we at with it.
That is awesome, man. Look, man, that is keep doing the great work, man. Like I said, I'm extremely proud of you. Like you're one of the very few people that beside Chuck, that's buying every damn thing in Palm Beach County right now. It's like every week I see Chuck buying some land and doing real estate. It's just amazing, man. It is. Somebody asked you, when will it be available to buy the
We
second
still
car?
working out. We still working out all the kinks on that. Trust me. If you follow me now, if y'all ain't following me, follow me. When I got something that's out there, you gonna know, because y'all follow me. Y'all gonna see me every goddamn day. Boom,
Yeah,
boom, 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 boom.
absolutely. That's
It
how
ain't
you
gonna be
gotta
no
do
shortage of marketing or nothing.
it. That's how you do it. Yeah, guys, look, definitely be on the lookout for the second set. Like I said, I wish you still had the first set. This first set is amazing, and it's great to implement it to your kids. Not even just your kids, just yourself. If you want to learn, always have that reminder. So Ken, thank you so much for joining, man. I really appreciate that. It's an honor to have somebody, from back home, to be on here to showcase, all the great stuff that they are doing for the community and for themselves. And I've watched you grow the past few years, man. It's been such an amazing transformation. I'm wishing you many, many much success for years to come. And I'm hoping we can, get some stuff done together. Um, I'm not sure when I'm coming back down, but we can always talk about it. Get some
Oh
stuff
yeah.
done for the youth down there, and just collaborate. That's what it's all about.
Facts,
That's
facts,
all
facts.
it's all
Definitely.
about.
The same to you. Thank you for having me. Thank you everybody that watched the live, that's been interacting during the live as well, and on YouTube as well. Thank y'all so much. Definitely appreciate y'all, and supporting the Black Agenda, and supporting Matherin Notary. I said it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is yeah,
Oh yeah.
it's thank you, Elaine. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. She's on Facebook. She's in Cali. Always supportive. Very, very, very supportive. Well,
Oh, that's
guys,
good.
like I always say, guys, it's not about perfection. It's about taking consistent action. Stop trying to be perfect. Focus on yourself, and focus on your business, and focus on who you are. And you have the capability to manifest your greatest desire. Now, just put in the work. That's all you got to do. with that being said, Ken, thank you very much, my man. It's been a pleasure. We'll definitely be in touch.
Peace.
All right.